Hello folks, this is Sander Hicks with an investigative report on Assembly Member Eric Dilan. For we the people here of Assembly District 54, the option to re-elect Eric Dilan to the Assembly in June of 2026 is an opportunity to look carefully at his record. If we do, I think we will choose to instead create something bold and new. Assembly Member Eric Dilan is at risk because voters know him, not because they don't. His long-standing position in city politics has come to symbolize the very things that demoralize and irritate working-class voters: nepotism, landlord favoritism, backroom deals, and machine politics. Dilan was nearly defeated in the 2022 primary, but he just barely squeaked by with a couple hundred votes. Now, today in 2026, people are prepared for change. Eric Dilan doesn't have affordable housing ideas. He has an affordable housing scandal. Just as he was being inaugurated into the state assembly 10 years ago, New York City found him guilty of corruption from his years on the city council. He was hit with a $9,000 fine for grabbing an affordable apartment for which he didn't even qualify from his crooked developer friend and campaign donor, Sergio Benitez. Dilan illegally gave tax breaks to this developer, Benitez, who was also his landlord. Dilan voted in his favor 3 times without telling the city council about the conflict of interest. Dilan helped himself and picked out a nice, large, affordable apartment which was supposed to go to people of lesser income. Dilan's longtime pal and landlord, Sergio Benitez, was later convicted related to the trial of corrupt Housing Preservation and Development bigwig Wendell Walters, who took $2.5 million in bribes and kickbacks when he was supposed to be building affordable housing. Walters, a former college basketball star, became an informant for the FBI to bust other corrupt parts of the affordable housing program inside New York City, such as Dilan's developer buddy, Sergio Benitez, who in 2013 got a 22-month federal sentence for taking kickbacks and skimming 2% from his contractors when he was supposed to be building affordable housing.
It's worth noting that from 2003 to 2006, Sergio owned this $3 million home in Colts Neck, New Jersey.
Today, Benitez is back in business. His company, Direct Building Management, operates right here in Bushwick at 1205 Myrtle Avenue. Eric Dilan is in the top 5 New York State Assembly members who get the most campaign funding from the real estate lobby. So when sensible legislation is proposed, like the Good Cause Eviction Bill, which would prevent arbitrary evictions of tenants, Dilan never even listened to the supporters. Sia Weaver, campaign coordinator of Housing Justice for All, complains that she begged for 4 years just to meet with Dilan to talk about good cause eviction. He never even responded. We know that Dilan and the real estate lobby played dirty. They used fear-mongering, homophobia, and character assassination to take down Dilan's 2022 opponent, Sammy Namir Olivares. Sammy almost beat Dilan and remains one of his fiercest critics. After losing that primary, Sammy did not quit, and they wrote some great reports about Dilan's capture and control by the real estate lobby. In Sammy's piece for the Bushwick Daily, we learned that Bushwick has the highest incidence of childhood lead poisoning in the city. Yet Dilan blocked lead abatement legislation for years, while receiving thousands of dollars from landlords. Other activists agree. Dilan is just never around here. Dilan has been absent from our meetings of Community Board 4 and 5 here in Assembly District 54. During the pandemic, Dilan didn't lead a single food distribution. He is not active on social media and does not hold town hall meetings. I've been active with other citizen activists protesting the use of our local public park by a private rich donor sports association. The dangerous sport of disc golf somehow got superimposed on the pedestrian side of our beautiful Highland Park. Dilan had no idea about this new use of the park or the disc golf controversy. In person, when I asked him, he wasn't all that concerned about it. I followed up with his office and I never heard back. My wife Sophie wrote this great article about the controversy, and then people tried to get her fired from her job. So it seems like there is definitely some big money behind this disc golf sport. The City website noted that Dilan has been in the assembly since 2015, but in 10 years he has not done a lot. One website notes that he passed legislation that protects homeowners from tax liens. That's not a great record to run on when about 80% of your voters are renters, not owners. Things here are changing. Let's look at how people are voting here today. The last time he was challenged, like I said, Dilan won, but only barely, with 52% of the vote versus 48% to Sammy Olivares. It was only a margin of 211 votes. Since then, the district has become much more progressive, or perhaps desperate for an authentic fighter for the people. In the 2012 mayoral primary, Zohran Mamdani won 64% of this district, while Andrew Cuomo only got 27%. That means that from 2,313 progressive votes for Sammy, we went to 6,859 for Mamdani. The progressive base tripled in just 3 years here in AD 54. Our research shows that a progressive challenger would only need about 2,800 votes to win this primary coming up in June of 26. We need a candidate who is bold, energetic, creative, willing to stand up to the mudslinging and character assassination that will come from the real estate fat cats who back Dilan. Who will that candidate be? Who is willing to do it? Well, to inspire the community to just think about this today, let me point out that just last summer, I was a part of a very interesting upset, a victorious campaign. It was Claire Valdez for New York State Assembly here in the neighboring district. We defeated an incumbent in a landslide. It was time for him to go, and the people knew it. Very similar to 5 years ago, in 2020, I was a part of the Marcela Mateñas campaign for State Assembly, where the voters ejected a longtime career politician. It was time for him to go, and the people just knew it. We need a candidate like that here and now. So let's just take a deep breath and clear our minds and think about who is the best person to run against Dilan. That primary is right around the corner, June of 2026. Hey folks, just a quick message. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe. Why? Because we've got content nobody else has. I'm Sander Hicks. I'm an activist, spiritual, political, Quaker, Zen, into nonviolence, into creative construction and carpentry, into investigative journalism, reporting, and winning elections for the progressive Democratic left. So please like and please subscribe. Peace.